Hello everyone, welcome to Aurelia's Crafting Ideas. I am working on some sewing doll kits from the Dollar Tree and I hope that you will join me. These sewing doll kits from the Dollar Tree is a cute little kit. You get everything you need to assemble your project. I am working on the alpaca right now. So in the kit, you get your instructions. You get the materials for your animal. You get stuffing. You get a needle. You get all the materials that you need to assemble your animal, and then you also get your threading. The only thing that you will need addition to the kit is a pair of scissors. I have been working on this one and I am just about done. But what I want to do is show you from the very beginning how to put your alpaca together. And this kit also comes in the owl and the panda. I think that they are all just very adorable. The instructions are very clear. They're all step by step. And it even shows you the type of stitching that you need. They're all beginning stitches in case you are wondering. You can follow this instructions right here step for step if you like. But I've been doing this for years now and I have learned a few secrets. So I've been following those secrets for a while now. So the best thing to do when you get threading like this is just go ahead and separate that now, and then that way you don't have to worry about it. The instruction says to use all 6 strands at one time. I don't think it's necessary, not until you get to the tassel, then you're going to need the quantities. So, but I do have the 2 kits, so I have plenty of threading. So here's the blue threading. I'm just going to take that apart and then just find the center here. And then center it again a couple of times and then just put a loose knot in there like this. And this just to keep it from tangling. It's more manageable this way. And then the same thing with the pink and the white ones. So I'm doing the blue and the pink first because I will be using the white threading for the beginning of the project. I'll put those aside for a minute, and then of course I have my needle, my cheat sheet right here. I don't need the batting until I get to the end of the project. So now these embroidery flosses, they come in 6 strands. Again, the instructions that came with the kit suggests you use all 6, but I'm not going to. So take your time when you separate this because see how it will twist on itself. Normally when you get a kit like this, they come in 18 inches. But this one is quite long. I'm going to guess it's about 2 yards. Oh, I can measure it for you right quick. Okay, so let's see. Yeah, it is 2 yards. So 2 yards in 6 inches. Yeah, it's quite a long a long lengthy thread. Again, the four your strands you're not going to use, go ahead and tie that and then put that aside. Now we want to thread our needle. But since this is a very long threading and I don't want to fight with it, so what I'm going to do is find the center on here and cut it in half. It's going to be much more manageable this way. And take this and put it aside. When you need it, it'll be there available for you. Again, just thread your needle like that. And then put a knot on the tail end of the thread. You can do 1 knot, 2 knot, whichever you're comfortable with. Now, I kind of jumped ahead here. So I took the face, because it comes with the face, right? I put the face on there, just kind of get an idea of where you want it. So the picture shows this direction, right? And I want two, and I want them to face each other. So I just flipped my material over. And we're going to do it this way. See how you can put it back to back. Just like this. And then depending if you're going to start with the head or not, make sure you have your ears available, which is the pink. The light pink one is the ears. So tear that off. And then we have the hooves. These little black discs here. These are the hooves. That's there, right there. And then these two are the blankets. See, this goes over the back like this. So I'm going to put those aside for a minute. I don't need it just yet. This one I'm going to need in a moment, so I'm going to leave it close by. Now, I'm going to take my thread and I'm going to kind of match this up a little bit here. And I want to leave a space in here about 1 inch. So I'm going to take my needle and I'm going to take the top layer here and then just put the thread through there. So you have the sequins on the top, see? So just run your threading on the back side. Don't yank on it like I just did, just very gently, and then run the needle back one more time. This will catch it. If you're still not sure if it caught it, go ahead and do another back stitch. Just like that. Now we're going to relayer our two materials. Now try not to twist your thread too much, so you may need to, straighten it up every once in a while. Now we want to take our needle. So the instructions, see here, it says go in and out like this. Take your needle and bring it back up through here. So this is such a small piece, you only need like maybe 1/8 of an inch from the edging. Bring the needle up, and then you want to run the needle and thread underneath the sequins and go all the way through the both layers. And then when you pull it, make sure your thread goes underneath the sequin. And then on the back side, do the same thing. When you come it back through, go underneath the sequin, pull it back out. This just makes it look even prettier. This way, you don't see all that threading. So go like that, just back and forth. But keep your threading underneath the sequin. See? Now every once in a while you do need to back stitch. Even though the instructions just shows you just doing one continuous stitching. Let's see. I want the ears. Do you see how the ears are shaped here? So we want to put one here and we want to put the other one here. So slide it in there. So just about like that. And so now you have 3 layers instead of 2. So you have this one here, and then you want to go ahead and tuck that other ear into on this side. This way you don't forget the ears. See, like that. If you're a little concerned about your pieces coming apart, just take another needle, because you do have 2 kits, right? Just take out that other needle. And you can take and pin these 2 pieces together like this. That will also help keep your material together. And where am I at? Here we go. So I'm going to go from the back to the front. I'm going to catch the ear and the top layer. I'm going to go through all 3 layers to the back, just like that. And then once you get to the other end of the ear right here, go ahead and do the back stitch. Continue on. Okay, let me reposition this ear right quickly. And then I'm going to go underneath the sequins again. And then go ahead and do back stitch here. Just to make sure that the ear is secure. I am ready to add in the back hoof now. So here we go. Take one. They're both the same size and the same shape, so you don't have to worry about it. And then this gets attached right at the bottom of the leg. So just tuck that in right there. And as you can see how it sticks out right there. So you're going to come down here, catch it right there, and then I'm going to back stitch so I know that I caught it. And then back stitch on the other end here. Just like that. And then we want to go ahead and continue here until we get to there, and then we're going to attach the other hoof right there. And then I'm going to come back all the way up. Again, I want to leave about 1 inch opening, so I'm going to end up sewing to about right there. I have stopped right here, so we have about that 1 inch opening there. So, and then just back stitch that right here and leave the needle and the thread attached. So this is what you should have right now. You have the ears attached, you have the hooves attached. So now what we need to do is get the stuffing, and then we're going to go ahead and fill the body of the alpaca with all this. So I like to re-fluff my batting. It's just me. I just prefer to do that because it's been squished into the bag. And start stuffing your alpaca. If you need a helper, grab a dowel or something, and then just to help you stuff like this here. And you want to use all of this. Once you have It's got all that stuffing in there, right? Here's your needle and thread again. Now you want to layer the top and the bottom fabric together, and then just push that batting out of the way, and make sure you have your materials back to back. Now take your needle and then just go back and forth like this. You're doing the running stitch again. So you're doing several things right here. You're holding the material together, and you're going to keep that batting out of the way. So stitch 2 or 3 times, and then it's easier here to do a back stitch every time you stop with the needle. It's, you know, it's just it just helps to keep that material together. Get that batting out of the way, materials together again. Do that until you've closed up the opening here. I'm just going to go a little past where I started my threading. It doesn't hurt. And then I'm going to do another back stitch where I'm getting ready to stop with my threading. Pull to the back and put a knot in here. Make sure your knot falls underneath the sequin like that, and then put your needle in and go further back from the edging, and do a back stitch right there to help catch that threading. Go down and come up in another section of the fabric there. Pull, stay underneath the sequin, and then trim that thread. So here we go. See, we have the ears attached, we got the face, and we got the feet. Next we want to take the 2 blankets for the saddle, layer it, and this just goes over the back like this. Just center the yellow pad on the pink and drape it over like that. See? And they recommend you use the blue threading to secure that blanket down. So take that white thread off. We're going to come over here and get a piece of the blue thread, and then I am going to separate this. I want to keep the bulk of the threading, so what I'm going to do is I'm going to take only 1 thread off and then just put that aside. Now I'm going to thread my needle, and I'm going to connect the 2 ends. So this, see, it gives me 2 strands. You want to check that blanket again, make sure it's still centered. And they recommend you do like a wrapping stitch. So you want to come up underneath the pink and come through the yellow. Again, go about 1/8 of an inch off the yellow material there. It's not going to really matter, but you know, try to center your blanket on the body of your alpaca. come back up maybe about 1/4 of an inch. Like this, and then just continue to do your wrap. Of course, you got to catch it on the alpaca first, and then come back up through the 2 layers of the blanket. This is the last stitch here. Go down, lift that pink one, and bring your needle out down here and pull the thread up. Do your back stitch, put a knot in there, and then to hide the ending, stay underneath the blanket, catch it right there one time, do back stitch, pull the needle back out, and then go ahead and trim. There we go. See, now our blanket is secured on there. Looking at our picture here, we have done the face, the ears, the hooves. We've got the blanket down. Now we just need to work on the tassel. Of course, here it says, to make the tassel, loosely wrap the thread around your fingers 7 times. Remove the loop from your fingers and tie them together at the top with another piece. And cut the bottom loose and trim the thread to the desired length. Make 2 pink tassels and 2 blue ones. Use the needle to put the tassels on a piece of thread that is about 4 inches long. So let's see. According to this, they have a pink one and a blue one. So let's take our pink thread in here and cut that 4 inches. So this is about 4 inches. So this will wrap around like this. But I like to go just a little longer, so we'll go through 6 inches. So here's our pink thread. That's going to hold the tassel. And then I'm going to come over here and cut a piece of the blue threading. Instructions does say to use a needle to attach the tassel, but I don't think it's necessary. So here we go. Because when they're looking at the picture, how it's tied to the string is different from what they show on the instructions. So we're going to go with what shows on the picture itself. So we want to take this and wrap it 7 times. So I got 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7. I think that's right. So 3, 7. There we go. cut. And I'm going to do another one. So remember we need 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, and 7. It says to tie the tassel first. So I'm going to take this extra threading I have here, cut that off, and we want to tie the tassel. I guess just run, I'm going to cut that to a smaller length, maybe another 6 inches. It doesn't matter. It gets trimmed down anyways. So the 2 ends that are hanging loosely here, that's not wrapped, just kind of have them hang down about the same length. Take your string and come through here like that, and then tie it. Like this. I'm going to put another knot in there just in case. There we go. Put a piece of that and then tie this one too. Now we want to remember that piece. Looks like the pink one is there's nothing on the pink thread in itself, just the blue. The blue string has all the tassels. So what we'll do, go ahead and make the pink tassels too. I'm going to save about 6 inches, and I'm going to just separate this in half, 3 and 3. There we go. Put that aside for a minute. That's what we're going to use to tie the tassel. Now we want to wrap this on our finger again. So here we go. We have the pink tassels and we have the blue tassels. Now we want the blue string, right? I'm going to put the blue string right there. And I'm going to put all 4 tassels on here. Just kind of alternate the colors. Like this. Now, we take the string that we use to tie the tassel and tie it onto the blue string. Tie it once and then wrap it opposite directions. And tie it again. Okay, and then a blue tassel. Do a couple of times. Now I have all my loops here. I'm not going to trim it until I attach it to the alpaca. I'm going to take my pink threading and I'm going to just kind of match up the blue and the red. I'm going to take this, both of them, and wrap the neck like this, and I'm going to tie it on the back side. And it does not need to be tight. The the necklace. But when you put the knot in, yeah, then you want to make sure your knot is secured. Put 2 knots in there, and then just kind of trim that down just a little bit. Okay, so here we go. So it should look something like this, you know, a bit of a mess, but, and then you can adjust the tassel. Even though we secured it, you can slide the tassels along that the blue necklace. We can trim these down to the desired length we like, which is about, I'm gonna say it's about like I'm gonna do 1 inch and see what that looks like. If I want it shorter, then I'll trim it shorter. So this is what it looks like. Here's the pink one, here's the blue one. If you like, so it doesn't show on the instruction itself, but it shows in the picture. Take a piece of that blue string you have left over, and some of this pink ones you have left over. Take that pink tassel like this, see me? And I'm going to tie it right below the knot on the necklace itself. So see here, like that. So it does actually look like a tassel that way. And I'm going to put other knot there. And then just trim that down. There we go. Isn't that cute? And then all this you have left over anyway, so might as well utilize it. Take that. So yeah, you can do this before you attach it to your alpaca or afterwards. The results will be the same. Here is my completed alpaca. Look at this. I like it. So this one is facing this way and this one's facing that way. And here's the instruction picture. So here's the one we just completed. And then here's the other one. I completed that one too. So I now have 2, and then they can face each other like this. Isn't that cute? I like it. It's a beginner's crafter project. Very simple to do. I like it. I'm happy with it. So the face, the felt is sticky. So all you do is just stick it on there, and then everything else is sewn on. So look at that. Isn't that beautiful? So I got the 2 alpacas. And there's the picture. And then I have pandas. Look at the pandas. Isn't that fun? Look at that. It's so adorable. So that's the the pandas. And then I have the owl. Okay, so I did one with the stuffing. I just wanted to see how that turned out. But on the second one, I only went as far as this because I have plans to use this one as an applique instead of as a stuff piece. And then what I did was I saved the little pieces here, and then these are going to be my patterns. So see, like this in the eyes, and then the feet and the nose. So I have extra felt that I can use, and then I'll just use these pieces as a pattern. So I hang on to this. So I have the one with the kit. It's all completed, and then the one facing the back, I'm going to turn this into an applique. So yeah, look at that. Isn't that cute? I love the way they turned out. I am quite happy with them. I hope you like these two. And then the next time you go to Dollar Tree, if you see these, pick one up and give it a try. Thank you for stopping by. This is Aurelia at Aurelia's Crafting Ideas, and I will see you next time.